been drinking tonight, sir?
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City. To you.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back, sir.
Being a cop is about upholding the law. However, sometimes bad eggs are among the ranks. But what happens when good cops stand up and call out their corrupt colleagues?
Do you have any booze on you? And I said no. And he's like, do you mind if I search you?
That her nipple did come out for a second, but I did not touch it.
Here are moments when honest officers humiliate their corrupt colleagues. Starting off with the case of Officer Liam King, who allegedly searched a woman in a parking lot in an inappropriate way, conveniently keeping his body cam turned off the entire time.
I did not intend to show her nipple. I did not reach inside her bras.
Pulling the front part of the top part of the bra, was that part of the trainings that you received? Exposing the breasts.
So
is that?
No. The only reason why I did that, I didn't mean to expose the breasts.
On June the 25th, 2023, Officer Liam King confronted a woman in a parking lot at 4800 Lomas Boulevard in Albuquerque, and the events that transpired on that fateful day was nothing short of disturbing. The woman claimed King groped her and made inappropriate comments during an unauthorized and invasive search. Witnesses, one of whom called the cops, described the troubling scene and raised serious questions about why King's body cam was conveniently never turned on. As a result, an investigation panel was launched, determined to uncover the truth about what went down in that encounter.
We're here. You sure?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
No.
Frustrated?
Yeah.
So, you're not going to be forced to do anything you're not wanting to do. We are being recorded.
Okay.
Just to let you know. Okay. That is our on-body recording device. So just to kind of let you know. So yes, I'm the lieutenant of the Special Victims.
Okay.
Justin here is my acting sergeant. He's also a detective in the crimes unit. Okay. So the reason why we're involved is because the statements that was told was on an officer that inappropriately touched you.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we're here. This is what we specialize in. So the process is going to be very simple. We just want to hear what took place, give us as much detail, and then we'll just kind of follow up on some questions.
Okay.
Before we start, is there any questions that you have?
No.
Okay. Can you tell me, start with the date and the time-ish, and then we'll go from there?
Okay, I don't know today's date.
Oh, that's okay. I don't have my watch. So it was this
It's
at
today,
the,
yes.
it was today.
Yeah. About, I believe it was around 6 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
I can get the exact time because actually I didn't need the exact time because I text my sister right after it happened. I text my sister, so.
We're going to go back to those in a minute. Just for the recording, I do want to confirm the information that was provided. And this is reference case number.
Oh, okay, so I was walking to the Dollar General on Lomas and Monroe. I had stopped before I got there. I stopped to smoke a cigarette, so I kind of sat on where you park, the little curb for the cars. I was sitting on one of those parking things. I was smoking a cigarette and I was on my phone and I seen a patrol car, kind of pass me, and I looked at the building I was sitting at. I've been arrested for being on, where businesses are closed and I'm sitting on their property. So at that time I was like, I looked back to see if the business was open. It wasn't. So I started to gather my things so I could leave the property so I didn't, get harassed or whatever. Then I seen the patrol car turn around and he started coming back towards me. His window was down and he was turning in right as I was gonna walk across the street. I just was ignoring him, and he's like, "Hey, you want a cigarette?" And I was like, "Sure." So he pulled in and he got out of his car. He went around to the passenger side, got a pack of cigarettes and a torch lighter, gave me the cigarette, and then he lit my cigarette for me. And he said, "You look familiar. Have I arrested you before?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." He's like, "That's strange. You, I know faces." And I was just like, "So do I. I've never arrested you before." And so then he was just making small talk. He said he was bored. That it was a slow night, and he was just bored. If I would just talk to him for a little bit, and so I agreed to. I knew I didn't have any warrants or anything. I wasn't worried about anything, so I just agreed to talk to him. I was kind of like questioning where he knew me from too, so I had asked him if he worked around Cole and Yale, which is where I was staying recently, and he said yeah, and I was like yeah, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he's like, "You're friends with Kimberly?" And I said yeah. This officer had been to I guess calls made by the landlord this week, and also in April there was a at the house across the street where I was staying before, and he was also the officer that was called to like the week before the guy got shot. He was harassing everybody, and they kept calling the cops on him, so he was the officer that kept coming out, and that's where he knew my face from, I guess.
Layer by layer, the victim laid it all out, breaking down exactly what happened from her point of view. At that moment, it started becoming evident that the officer had crossed all bounds of civility.
Okay. So I was like, "Oh, okay," and he's like, "Oh yeah," and so we were just talking and stuff. As soon as I mentioned where I stayed, where we knew each other, he immediately asked me, "Do you have any booze on you?" And I said no. And he's like, "Do you mind if I search you?" And I was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Do you have a probable cause?" I thought we were just talking, And he said, "No, I'm just asking if I could search you." And he's like, "So you're not gonna let me search you?" And I was like, "I don't feel that there's a reason to." And so we just kept talking. We sat there talking for a good minute, just about random stuff. And again, he had asked me if he could search me again. Or actually, no, he wanted to run my name, because I said, "Oh, I don't have no warrant or nothing." And he's like, "Do you mind if I check?" And I said, "Sure." I remembered I had a non-extraditable warrant out of Sandoval County, and so I was like, "Oh, I have one out of Sandoval County, but it's not extraditable." And he brought it up. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me check the bail on that, the bond on that." And he told me it was $2,100. And we kept talking for a little bit, and then he asked to search me again, and I was just like, "Why?" And then he had made a statement like, "Oh, Kim lets me search her. I think she likes it though." And I was like, "I really doubt she lets you search her, and he's like, "She does, ask her." And I just shrugged it off. Then he said, "Look, I'm not going to look in your purse or anything. I'm just going to search your body." And he said, "I'll put your purse." He's like, "My lapel cam's off, so I'm going to put your purse on my hood of the car," which I gave him my purse. He put it on the car, and he asked me to put my hands on his police car, and I did. And he's like, "You spread your legs." I spread my legs. He began the search. Immediately I felt uncomfortable. He was just when he would search, he was just going way too high on my leg, under my butt, my pride, when he would go in between my legs, he was touching, my. He pulled my pants out and went on ran his 2 fingers on the inside of my underwear, on the top of my panties. I've been searched a lot. I've never been searched like that at all, ever. And then he proceeded to tell me he's going to search my bra, which to my understanding, they're supposed to use the back of their hand and just go under. He did that a little, and then he was leaning over, and he pulled my my bra out, so my was exposed. And I immediately took my hands off the car and put my my hands on my chest, and I was like, "Officer, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that." And he said, "Please put your hands in the back of the car," and so I did. And so he went to the other breast, and did the same thing. I had my money in there, and I did have a baggie on me that had a few sprinkles, it was just an empty bag. And he's like, "Oh, you have a baggie?" And I said, "Well, it's empty." He said, "Well, it's enough to field test. I'm not going to arrest you though. Just make me a promise. If I'm not going to arrest you, my lapel cam's off. If it was on, I would have to arrest you." I said, "For that, there's nothing there, And He's like, yeah. He's like, but just whenever you see me out, he's like, just be as nice to me then as you are to me now. I don't know what that, I guess me searching, letting him feel me, I don't know what he meant by that. I'm thinking that's what he meant. So then after he searched, I didn't like let him know anything that I was bothered or anything. I just said, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the store and I gotta get my cat's food, you know, and he said, okay, and he said, remember, you have to be nice to me next time, you know, every time you see me, you gotta be nice to me. And I said, okay. I went to the Dollar General, got my stuff, and then I walked home. My boyfriend then was like, I guess he had drove by and he had witnessed the cop searching me, because he was like, what's up with that cop? And
As she continued her story, a crucial detail suddenly came to mind, one that could explain why Officer King targeted her in the first place.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to leave this out. Okay, so at one point during our conversation, I don't know what brought it to this, but he started making a comment about him not being able to have a relationship with people that he's detained or arrested. But he said, you know, and then I said, well, how would they, you know, I'm just like making conversation, like, how would they even know? I mean, do they scan all your girlfriends or what? Like, how would they know? And he said, well, look, I don't want to, you know, I don't know how to say this without sounding whatever. He said, if we were just, if me and you were just, you know, they wouldn't even know, you know, but if you were my girlfriend, yeah, they might look at you and, you know, stereotype you and then they would look into it. That's what he said. But if we were just fucking, nobody would know.
Did he go on and make any other statements similar to that?
No, not really. That was just all he said about that.
And if you don't remember, that's more than fine. It's understandable. Do you remember whether or not he had used like his phone or his police radio?
No.
Or anything during the time he was with you?
No, I heard nothing. He used a computer to look me up, and then, but I didn't hear any radio at all or anything going on. And usually you do hear that when you know. But there was nothing. There was none at all. And you know, like when he opened my bra and exposed my boob, like, you know, like that. Like I keep replaying it in my mind, and I'm like, that's what he was going for the whole time, was just be touching me. He didn't care about what was in my purse. He specifically said, I'm not gonna search your purse. Like, I just want to search your body. So his intentions, everything he was doing, like, I feel like I'm not the first person, because he was doing it, you know. Precisely to get to that point where he could, you know, maybe he thought if I had a warrant, he could search me still, you know, like he would get to search me. Because I was saying no at first. I was like, no, like, there's no reason to. I'm not doing anything wrong. Right. And by the end of the search, like, I was like, I feel violated, you know, like, I know him running his 2 fingers inside my panty line, like, the top of my panties, like, wasn't, like, not right. I've never had that happen. The cops do not do that. He's a male officer. He should never search me anyways, but I have been searched by male officers, and I do believe that it is legal as long as they do it right, you know, and I've never had it happen to where they didn't do it right, so I didn't really, at the end, I knew he wasn't going to stop until he got his stupid search, so I like I said, I had nothing to worry about, I thought, so, you know, I just let him.
Okay.
I didn't know he was going to do all that, but,
How did your guys' interaction end?
So after he had searched me and stuff and informed me, like, you know, he was a nice guy, he wasn't going to put me in jail, blah, blah, blah. But he could, you know, just so I know, he could. But he wasn't going to. And I'm like, okay, well, he said, I better get to the dollar store because I got to go get my cat food. You know, they're hungry, I need to feed them. And he was like, okay. And then he got in his car.
After hearing from the victim, it was Officer King's turn in the hot seat. Sitting in the interrogation room, he looked visibly nervous, fully aware that these were serious allegations that could end his career and land him behind bars. But being an officer, he was probably used to interrogation techniques and would most likely slip under the radar if the circumstances and allegations against him were not that serious.
This is criminal, and all I do is criminal investigations. This is our on-body recording device, just to let you know we're both required to have them on.
And what's your name?
Lieutenant Christensen, I'm with the Special Victims Section. So we investigate crimes against children, child exploitation, and so forth.
Yes.
The reason why we're here today is because of an allegation that was made against you, reference an incident last 6 p.m. at the Dollar General store.
Okay.
Okay. What we have here is we have what an actual victim that has alleged that there was a contact that was made. At this time, we would love to hear your side of the story and figure out what actually took place. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to an attorney. Miranda will be read.
And you have the right to be representative as well. I'm Justin Linger, the acting sergeant for the and yeah, so if you'd like to speak with us, you know, like you said, you don't have to have a union rep here if you want to. If you decide that you do want to have a union rep or an attorney here, just let us know. We won't ask you any questions or anything. If you do want to talk to us, then I'll provide your constitutional rights per Miranda. Do you want to talk with us now?
So I'd like to be read Miranda. Just because it feels like I am being detained right now, and I'm not free to leave.
Absolutely.
Because so I'd like to be read Miranda. I mean, I would like to explain myself and talk to you guys. But at this time, I would like to be read Miranda.
Sure, absolutely. So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that, right?
Yes.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that,
Yes.
right? You have the right to an attorney and to have him or her present before or during any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that, right?
Yes.
If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you free of charge before or during any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that,
Yes.
right? Okay, you can decide to exercise these rights at any time and not to answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand that, right?
Yes.
Do you understand each of those rights as I listed them out to you?
Yes.
Okay, and having these rights in mind, you agree to speak with us now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so what we're here for is basically to have your side of
Yes.
what took place and kind of give us additional information.
Okay.
So starting yesterday with the Dollar General call for service, tell me about the rest of your evening.
So I cleared the call for service, and I began driving. I want to say south on Monroe, and I seen a female sitting on the curb, on the southwest side of the church, I think it is. I called out with an on-site and I turned around, and I parked, and I was like, it was a consensual encounter. I got out and I asked her if she wanted a cigarette. She said yes, and we started talking. I recognized her, and obviously I see a lot of people every day. I thought she might have been somebody with a possible warrant. So it was just a consensual encounter. I began talking to her. She was acting very fidgety, and as I was talking with her, she brought up a female that I've encountered prior named Kimberly, just a previous call for service, and she said Kimberly calls me her boyfriend or whatever. I'm really not sure why, and I asked if I could search her. She said yes, and as I was searching her, I did the regular searches as they taught us in the academy. The left side first, search the legs, search the breast area with the back of my hand, and as I was doing that, I seen money in a bag inside her bra, and I was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh," and she pulled it out, and it didn't look like anything at all.
King's story was filled with awkward pauses and shaky interjections. Clear signs he wasn't telling the whole truth. But the real question was, would the investigators pick up on it or just expose him for who he truly was?
I just kind of told her like, "Hey, like this is enough to arrest you on." I was lying at the time, just to try to get some information about her from possible sellers in the area. I asked her if I continue searching. She said yes. I went to the other side. I used the back of my hand and went along her bra line, and I kind of peeked over to see if she had any other narcotics in her bra line. And I went along to pull the top of the bra line from the front, and then pulled it back so that way I can, just to see if I can glance to see a little more if she had any other bags on her at all. And as I got done, I used my back of my hand, searched inside of her leg, and I told her I would be using the back of my hand, search inside of your leg up to your thigh line, and I did that. And at that time, I believe I know what this is about. She said, I don't think that's the way you're supposed to search. And I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And as I backed away, I was kind of backed up toward my car. And I looked down and I realized my OBRD was off. And instead of turning it on, I knew I was going to get an IA just for failure to activate my on-body recording device. So I told her hey, this is enough to arrest you on, which it wasn't. There was nothing in the bag. And I told her hey, I'll make you a deal. I won't arrest you. I won't arrest you as long as next time I see you, be nice and give me some information about some possible sellers. And that was pretty much it. But I do kind of know what this is about, because she said, I don't think this is the way you're supposed to search people. But I didn't make any advances toward her at all. Nothing like that. I should have activated my own body recording device, but I didn't realize it in the time. I didn't touch anything under clothing. I didn't grasp anything over the clothing. I didn't intentionally try to touch anything. I used the back of my hand and I searched the bra line, and then I used both hands to pull the strap to the bra to possibly see if she was hiding any actual narcotics. And I realized after the fact that my camera was not recording, and I told her as long as she's nice to me next time and possibly gives me information, I won't arrest her, but I didn't have any criminal charges at that time.
So, the good news is it's very similar to what the allegations are. So you're fully aware of what she's claiming. Tell me more about you pulling the strap. Describe to me what she was wearing.
She was wearing a black, crop top, and she was wearing I don't know what color bra, but she was wearing a bra underneath that crop top, and she was wearing jeans. And on the left side, like I said, when I was searching her, when I moved her bra line up, I seen money and then a bag. When I kind of went up the way they taught us in the academy, and I did the same thing on the other side, and I couldn't see anything, so I used my hand, and this is the bra strap, and I went like this. I pulled forward and then back, forward and then back. And I will be completely honest with you guys, I have nothing to hide, that her nipple did come out for a second, but I did not touch it. And she pulled both hands to grasp, and she said, I don't think this is the way you're supposed to search people. But I did not touch her breasts.
By now, the picture was starting to come into focus, and it was only a matter of time before the full truth came to light. He was becoming very desperate. At this point, what he needed was a miracle.
I used the back of my hand. That's the closest I ever got to touching her breast, was with the back of my hand, searching her bra line. I did not intend to show her nipple. I did not reach inside her bra at all to try to cup her breasts. I did not perform any criminal contact at all on her, and I should have turned on my camera, but I didn't realize it until after.
Going back to your search, tell me more about the search of her lower extremities.
So after I told her I'll use the back of my hand to search the inside of your leg. So I used the back of my hand, and I went up to where her I guess her thigh line right here. I don't search it correctly, and I've missed like a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. I missed like 53 pills on a male. He had it stuffed inside his crotch. So since then I've tried to search people a little better, and I went up to the back of her leg. I did not up to in here. I went through and I pulled back. That's on both sides. I did that.
Okay.
And if you're asking if I touched her at all, I don't think I did. Like I said, I did not touch her. I went up with the back of my hand, searched the inside of her leg in a backwards motion. I did not use the front of my hand. I used the back of my hand like the way they taught us in the academy.
Okay. And did you search any other parts of her body?
Yes, I searched her belt line.
Okay.
I pulled her belt line and I pulled it around just to see if there was any strings holding on to her belt loops at all. But I did not reach inside her pants at all. I didn't do any of that. I simply used my two fingers and pulled it around her pants.
So, you stated earlier in your statement that you knew her of another person?
I thought I knew her.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
So I thought I knew her. Just like I said, seeing a lot of people around the city, and I recognize a lot of people that I arrest, and I thought I knew her through there. But after she gave me her name and all that, I didn't find any reports that I've written on her.
Tell me more about gave her name. How did you find out her name?
I just asked her. I was like, "Hey, do you possibly have any warrants?" And she said no. And then I told her she wasn't in trouble. She wasn't detained. Like I said, I made sure she realized it was a consensual encounter, and I was very lax with her. I just asked, like, "Do you want me to check?" And she said yes. So I got into my car, and she just stood there. Like I said, I didn't put her in any position of disadvantage or anything like that. And I just ran her.
Where was she standing?
She was, I was sitting in my car, door was open, and she was about standing where that guy is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was her mannerism?
She was just standing, smoking a cigarette.
Okay. The cigarette you provided?
Yes.
Okay. And was there any warrants out for her?
Yes, but it was not extraditable.
Do you recall where from?
Sandoval County, I believe.
Do you know what it was for?
No, I do not.
Okay. So what happened?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Possession, I believe, of paraphernalia.
So what happened? So she's standing right here. You get the actual callback or the information back. She has a warrant, but you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Where do we go from there?
I mean, I just thought I'd get her permission to search and see if she had any narcotics on her.
The lead investigator wasn't buying his story. Now she wanted to get inside his head and figure out exactly what he thought when the incident occurred.
Walk me through your mindset as far as that process.
So I've done this quite a bit. I mean, I'll talk to people as a consensual encounter and just see if they have new warrants, if they're willing to, without being forced to, give me their identification. And when they don't have any warrants, I just try to see if I can talk my way into a consensual search, like a consent to search, just to see if they have any other narcotics on them. I've had pretty good success with it.
And when you finally was able to get the search for the blues, what happened?
Just like I told you in the beginning, I explained to you how I searched.
Tell me where she was.
She standing toward my vehicle, and I didn't grab her hands at all. She placed them up on the vehicle. She's like, "It's as good as." And she said, "Yeah." So really quick, I just want to ask, what criminal offense am I looking at?
At this time you're being investigated for criminal contact, which is a felony, and false imprisonment.
Okay.
Okay, So what we have here is we're trying to understand the purpose of the stop and the legal aspect of why we conducted a search. Can you help me to understand where the legal concept comes from to conduct a search?
So, like I said, it was a consensual encounter.
Okay.
I made sure not to put her in a position of disadvantage. That way she would feel like she is being detained at all. And I explained to her that she's not getting in trouble and she's not being detained at all. I was just bored looking around the area. And I made sure for her to feel like she wasn't being detained. And I'll explain that a little bit.
Thank you. You saw the look of confusion. Thank you.
I got out of my vehicle. I asked her if she wanted a cigarette. I guess she was walking away. She said yes. And I got out of my car and I told her, like, you're not being detained at all. I'm just bored. It's a hot day. And I just wanted to come talk to you for a minute. And I didn't place her in handcuffs at all. I didn't sit her down on the curb so that way she feel like she could not leave. Like I said, it was just a simple consensual encounter. And I never told her she was detained at all. And I tried to make her feel like she wasn't being detained. I put her in a spot where she feels like she couldn't leave if she wanted to.
Okay. So,
just to see if, because like I said, when I pushed up on this side to go search the bra line, the piece of the bag opened up from her bra.
And the baggie. And what did you do with the baggie?
I threw it away. There was really nothing in it. I threw it away at the canine pumps.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything in it at all. I just told her, like, hey, this is enough to test. This is enough to arrest. And she was like, just that little bit? And I said, yeah, like I was lying, just so that way I can see if she can possibly, give me like some information on the dealers or whatever. But I didn't have any criminal charges on her at all.
And pulling the front part of the top part of the bra, was that part of the trainings that you received?
No, I don't believe so. No.
Exposing the breasts.
So,
is that?
No. The only reason why I did that, I didn't mean to expose the breast. I did that to see if I could possibly locate like a piece of baggie, because she had the baggie in the left breast side of this, and I just wanted to see if I can possibly see another bag.
The investigator had gathered every piece of the puzzle. With no room of escape for the officer, she had the truth locked in.
So, listening to your side, I mean, at this point, I'm thinking if I was you, okay, that went a little bit further than I intended. That's not what I kind of intended for it to happen. She makes a comment that you said that's not how a search.
She said that's not how. She said, I don't think that's how a search is supposed to be, and I apologize. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. And how does she take that?
She laughs, and she laughs, and then I just told her, like, hey, what did I tell her? She laughs, and then I backed away. I went to, like, the front of my car. She was still standing in the same spot, and I just told her, like, this is enough to arrest you on, like, and I want you to know that this is enough to arrest you on, and I'm choosing not to arrest you. I just want you to, like, who's selling in the area.
So everything you say, how you said it, it's all been captured, documented. Unless you have any other questions for us, I'll escort you out. We're not going to ask you any questions.
Ultimately, Officer King was arrested and charged with false imprisonment, as well as violation of ethical principles of public services. Here's the case of a police sergeant who was entitled enough to think that she could get away with drinking and driving, only to be taught a lesson by officers from her own department.
Are you serious, Sarge? Really? You see how you're driving?
Don't worry about it. That's when we told you.
Is your badge in there?
On March the 14th, 2024 in Florida, officers with the Miami Gardens Police Department spotted a car swerving on the road. After pulling it over, they were stunned to see who was behind the wheel, none other than Sergeant Andrea Smith, one of their own. Being a sergeant didn't earn her a free pass. If anything, it made things worse.
I was trying to get my friend to go home.
Come out the car.
Me?
Come out the car.
Go ahead.
Are you serious?
I'm good.
Are you serious?
I'm good.
Come to the back of the car. Are you serious? Sarge? Really? You see how you're driving?
I have a friend with me.
Hey, Gomez, you on? Give me an O2, please. Stay in the back of the car, please. Hold on. Sarge, come out the car. Come out the car. Stay standing outside the car. Stay right here. Sarge, stay right here.
Smith. All right, gonna be performing some field sobriety testing today, okay? Are you willing to take these tests?
Absolutely.
So, are you wearing any, you have any contacts?
No.
No? Okay, so what about your shoes? Would you like to take your shoes off? No. No? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. Any injuries or anything like that? No? All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I need you to, huh? Oh, hold on, I'll be back. All right, Smith,
So that means you was starting sobriety test. You started sobriety test because the sergeant told you not to.
yes, they advised me that Miramar is coming to take over.
Okay.
I mean, I started and now.
So in the middle of the sobriety test, it told you no, right?
Yeah, he told me to stop. My sergeant told me to stop. So.
Conflict of interest?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. He told me to stop, and I'm just advising you that Miramar is coming to take over.
Okay.
All right?
No problem.
All right.
To keep things fair, the officer was told to step back and let cops from another department handle the sobriety test. And sure enough, Sergeant Andrea failed it miserably.
I still gotta write this.
My phone is alarm.
Don't know who to call. That's when we told you. Is your badge in there?
No badge in it.
Where's your license on?
Yeah, they female.
Is it in your purse?
No. Just put it in the car and we'll fucking.
Somebody you want to give your jewelry and stuff? Like? The sergeant just asked you.
I'm a sergeant too. Okay.
A deal.
I don't have. I got my license. I got my number for you. You need my number?
You have a police badge, a police ID? Oh,
In my drawing home. Right there.
Keisha.
Call her name. That's my name.
Just take all the jewelry off.
Holloway. So she refused everything. Okay.
I didn't ask you for the drug test yet.
Okay.
But she probably gonna refuse that.
Yeah, she refused.
She was charged with DUI. Consequentially, she was relieved of her duties at the Miami Garden Police Department. Just like Sergeant Andrea, here is Captain James French, another high-ranking officer who was busted for driving while intoxicated and was corrupt enough to get the investigating officer to turn his body camera off.
You've been drinking tonight, sir.
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City. Please.
Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
I don't show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gay or the President of the United States.
On March the 12th, 2023, an officer pulled over a car right outside the owner's home after spotting it swerving all over the road. And he didn't care who was behind the wheel. He was ready to follow the law, no questions asked.
Stay in your vehicle. Get back in your car.
I'm
Drunk?
no, I'm the captain.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
Of what? The big. Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car. 116 show me 1060 on Henry Lincoln Edward 497. Have a seat.
I will. I'm not.
You've been drinking tonight.
I just got a ride.
You've been drinking tonight, sir.
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
What division?
Investigations.
What are you doing pulling in here?
My mom and I stay here.
You been drinking? How much we had to drink tonight, sir?
At this moment, the captain knew that being caught driving under the influence could negatively impact his career. But it was not the fact that he was intoxicated behind the steering wheel that showed just how corrupt he was as a person. It was his immoral conduct afterward that exposed him for who he truly was. Will the officer let him go because he was a captain? Well, time was going to tell.
Please.
Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, we're not gonna get a return on it. How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over me when you turn off here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor? How
Beer.
many beers?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? How long ago was that?
It's been going on a while.
How long ago did you drink your last beer, sir?
What time is it now?
It's 0140.
Midnight.
You think you should drive it?
No, but I came from 4 blocks.
Your mom lives here.
I live here.
You live here.
Yes.
Come over to the rear of your vehicle.
Okay.
You got any weapons or anything on you?
I do not, sir.
Just turn around, I'm gonna pat you down real quick.
Go ahead. Do what you need to do. I promise you I'm not a problem.
Okay.
Can I shut my door?
I'll shut it for you. Just hang out there at the rear of your Chevy. What investigations are you with?
Homicide.
Yeah, over there.
Yes, sir.
You know Lieutenant Britton?
Then there shouldn't be any discussion
Yeah.
as to whether it should be available to.
He's a good man. I like him.
He is. He works for Jermaine.
Jermaine Johnson?
Yes.
Jermaine's a good man too.
He is.
Hang out right there, sir.
Got you, brother.
Just stand with your feet together, hands down by your side for me. Hands down by your side, please.
The officer went ahead with the field sobriety test, not cutting the captain any slack. But halfway through, the captain finally said out loud what he had been hinting at all along. A request, or more like a command, he clearly expected to be obeyed.
Turn that off.
I cannot, sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body
I
camera.
do, but I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please. Please. I'd like to talk to you.
Well, are you going to do the test or not?
Will you please talk to me?
I'll talk to you once we're
You
done.
can turn it off, you can turn it on.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my investigation, sir.
Okay. I'm asking you. I'm a captain on this police department.
I understand that, sir.
I get
And I am
that.
a sergeant on this police officer, and
I
I've
am
taken
not-
an oath to uphold the law.
I
don't
am
show
not-
favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a or the President of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
If I was to treat you differently than I was to treat like some Southside loco or some pet, how's that look on me?
Okay, I'm not asking you for that.
Because I wouldn't do that for any of them.
Sergeant Skinner, please.
Are you going to do the test or not, sir?
I will. I will do whatever you ask.
Okay, once we complete the test, I'll turn off my body cam once I'm done with my investigation.
Okay.
You want to try that again?
I will.
You may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, please. Please. I'm asking you.
I can't do that.
Okay.
So we're not going to do the test?
We will.
Okay, because you keep stopping. Okay, let's try another test then.
Who is this?
One of my partners.
Who is it?
Not sure. Can't tell with the lights on. No, it's Officer Kitch.
At this point, the captain's greatest fear was coming to pass. But this didn't mean that he was going down without a fight, or at least without using his office as a flex to get away.
Alright, go ahead and turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back.
Are you gonna arrest me, sir?
Yes, I am.
Can I talk to you?
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back, sir.
Can we turn the camera off now?
Yeah, we'll turn the camera off now.
Thank you.
In the end, the captain was charged with DUI. Up next is the case of a Michigan County sheriff who got so drunk he passed out in his vehicle, only to be given a rude awakening.
Midland County Sheriff. I'm good. I had a fucking bad day. I'm very frickin' embarrassed, like you can't frickin' believe. Give me a try to fucking help me out, man. I can't go to fucking jail for fucking
On November the 16th, 2018, an officer responded to a call of someone sitting in a car by the side of the road, slumped over. On arrival, she found the driver completely wasted inside the car. Unaware of who the driver was, she made contact. What followed was easily one of the most embarrassing moments in law enforcement history.
Sir? 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 Pardon? Pardon? Sir? You need to wake up and talk to me. I don't understand. What are you doing? You're on the side of the road, slumped over. What's going on today?
Oh, jeez.
Hey, firm, coming back. No
Holy
record.
shit. Ew,
Do you-
boy.
What is,
What do you got me laid up for?
I have you lighted up because we had a call. Well, first off, it's so no one hits us.
Yeah.
And second of all, someone called, said you were sitting on the side of the road, slumped over, which you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What's going on today?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
You gotta give me a little more than that. Not just, we don't all just sit down and sleep on the side of the road.
I know. I'm sorry.
Have you been drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Bad.
Okay.
Bad. I'm not driving.
Right, but you... How did you get here is the question.
Yeah, I know. Bad dealio.
Where are you coming from?
Midland.
Midland?
I'm from Midland.
Okay.
Hey.
4031 Central. He's responsive now. I've got him talking.
Good.
Desperate to wiggle his way out of the mess he created, the sheriff dropped a bombshell, hoping to sway the officers or at least get her to leave him alone. At this moment, it became a battle of wills, an officer who was duty-bound to enforce the law, or her corrupt superior who was determined to wiggle his way out of the very drunken mess that he had created.
Okay.
You know who I am or not?
I don't know who you are. Look, well, let me step out of the...
No. Look.
It's Van Sloten. What's...
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Well, someone... My dispatcher called. Someone thought you were dead over here.
I'm good. Hey. Listen.
No, I don't know.
Van Sloten, hey, listen.
I don't know who you
Dude,
are.
I'm County Sheriff. I'm good. I had a bad day. Okay, I don't need EMS. I don't need you. It'd be cool if we what you know, but I do not need EMS. I'm County. I'm very frickin' embarrassed. Like you can't frickin' believe. You can't frickin' believe.
How many drinks have you had?
Today?
Today.
Ooh.
In the last 4 hours.
4? I don't know.
In the last
4 hours?
Yeah, it's
4 o'clock. A little after about 4:30.
They took my watch off. Yeah, it's 4:30. Yeah. 4.
So it's 4 and
4 beers. 4
beers.
4 beers. Okay.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd burn that off.
I can
When was
burn
the
it.
last? And you had the last one 2 hours ago.
Yeah, probably.
Where at?
I was
Midland.
No, Gladwin. Yeah, because that's where I came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
To confirm the obvious, the officers put him through a field sobriety test, and he failed miserably, leaving no doubt about his condition.
Is that good?
Might be.
Jesus.
Oh shit, Jerry. Well, you know what? Hey, man. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking I know the situation I'm putting you in. I fucking Jerry.
I think 52816.
Give me a try to help me out, man. I can't go to jail for
52816.
Seriously. Jerry.
Ian? Good.
Eventually, the Michigan County Sheriff, Scott Stevenson, was charged with DUI. Speaking of good cops humiliating the ass out of their corrupt colleagues, here's a Michigan sheriff who, just like Scott Stevenson, couldn't handle his liquor, driving nearly 100 miles per hour before slamming into another car.
Bad, but no, I don't.
Okay.
Hey, listen to me. Okay. So I'm going to need you to go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back. Yep. Yes, sir. Just like you did for my partner, palms together.
On February the 26th, 2023, Michigan State Police rushed to a crash scene on US 131 in Kalamazoo County, where a speeding car had slammed into another vehicle. As soon as they arrived, officers drove straight into the investigation, ready to figure out how this wreck really went down.
So there's a white car right in front of this that's got the heads down on the other side. Seen the victim vehicle, that car was northbound, seen the victim vehicle rolling over through the median. Stopped, and then you have this car right here who is in relation to the victim car that was traveling behind him.
So what's the deal? They were both traveling southbound?
Yeah, both vehicles are southbound. The victim vehicle was attacked, sent into the median, rolled.
And then he
went off this way.
Is it?
How you doing? Your name Mark?
Yep.
Okay, Trooper Canopy State Police, how you doing?
I'm good.
You can come on and hop out for me.
Yeah.
Alright, first of all, do you have any weapons on you?
Nope.
Alright, you mind if I check?
There is one.
What's in there?
There's a weapon there and a weapon in the back.
Like gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's
Alright, turn around for me. I'm just going to do a quick search, alright? Make sure you don't have anything on you. Put your hands behind your back for me. You're not under arrest. There, twine your fingers for me. Perfect, thank you.
We're going to go...
Where are we going?
Yeah, back to the State Police Tahoe.
Yeah, okay.
So what happened tonight, sir?
I don't know. All I know is I went in the ditch and I don't have no clue on the...
Okay. What happened before you went into the ditch?
No, I wasn't driving.
Okay, I didn't ask that. I asked what happened before you went into the ditch.
I don't know.
Were you sleeping or?
I have no idea.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty clear that you've been drinking. You appear very intoxicated right now. So were you like passed out or something? Or?
I know. That's why I wasn't driving. I get the fact I wasn't driving.
I gotcha. But were you? So you were sleeping, or you just weren't paying attention, or what?
No, I wasn't driving. I have no idea.
No, but so how do you not know what happened before you got into the crash?
I don't know. I don't even know what happened in the crash, to be honest with you.
Okay. Do you know where you're at right now?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
131.
131 where? Roughly. Okay, there we go.
In a desperate attempt to avoid taking the fall, St. Joseph County Sheriff Mark Lillywhite invented a non-existent personality. But that wasn't going to be enough to get him off the hook.
All right, who was driving? I'm cold too. I'm out here with you. Who was driving?
I have no idea.
Whose car is this?
That's the county's car.
County's car? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then...
I'm responsible for it.
I gotcha.
Absolutely, I'm responsible.
I gotcha. So you don't know who's driving the county car that you're riding passenger in?
To be honest with you, I'm bad, but no, I don't.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
Okay. Who was
it? I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Yes.
Can we assess him medically so we can get cleared?
Yeah, definitely go for it.
I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I don't need...
I know. Can I check that wrist that we saw? Can you turn around and put it in the headlights so I can see it?
With there being no one else on scene,
yeah.
Me at this point, I'm thinking that you were the driver of the vehicle. Would you mind doing some SFSTs for me?
No, I won't.
You won't do. Okay, you don't want to do any SFSTs. No. Okay, will you take a PBT?
No.
Okay, I'm assuming you know about your PBT rights and everything.
Okay, I won't do it.
Okay, all right. So,
good.
All right. So at this point,
did they find anybody down there?
Nope, they didn't find anyone down there.
No, I won't take it.
Okay, so no PBT, no SFSTs?
Mm.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Seriously?
Yep, yes, sir. Just like you did for my partner, palms together. Like, palms together, fingers intertwined, palms together like you're praying.
In the end, he was charged with DUI. Coming next is the outrageous case of a greedy cop who thought swiping $900 from a traffic violation suspect was a good idea.
It's all the blue hundreds are right there behind that receipt. Thank you. All that's my money. He didn't have that.
This is your money?
Yes, I heard him crumble it up. Thank you. Thank you. All
That ain't my money.
Right? That's my money. I wasn't trying to expose you.
That is not me, bud.
Brother, I just seen you steal my money. It was no...
No, sir.
I'm sorry. Right here, bro. They're behind that receipt. Thank you. All that's my money. He didn't have that.
This is your money?
Yes, I heard him crumble it up.
On March 14th, 2024, a man identified as Moncrief Moon was pulled over for a traffic violation and being processed by officers with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police. When Moon noticed an officer identified as Henry Chapman crumpling a couple of dollar notes and putting them in his pocket while confiscating Moon's belongings. Moon immediately spoke up and confronted Chapman in the presence of other police officers, and things became tense after that, with the corrupt cop denying his actions despite being caught in the act.
190.
It's around like 13 or 14 times.
Okay, so we have it documented that you're saying that, okay?
Is that the rubber band that I bought?
Yeah. Okay, you see me putting it all in here.
I appreciate you.
What were you saying? 190, right?
So I wasn't saying that you altered my money.
No, I didn't say you said that.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? But I said I wanted to have it out in front of you so you can see how much is in there, because when we turn this over to the sheriff's office, it's then going to go to the marshal's, that's going to go to the next sheriff's office. So this is us verifying that we're putting all your money in here.
Can you write my name on there also? Can y'all like I don't know the protocol with that, but like can y'all check y'all like his person? Because like if anything is on him,
look,
like
sir.
It would be in big. No, I don't.
Look, I'm gonna show you right here. Look at me. Look at me.
All of you guys probably have kids out there. You know what I'm saying?
Look.
So look, this is all I want to explain to you guys. Most of the time, when somebody know they didn't, like when somebody knows for a fact they didn't do anything, they're not gonna just, you feel what I'm saying, like let you search them. And I don't have kids, you know what I'm saying? But I know how that goes because my mom did foster care. So I'm like up to par with all of that. And on top of that, if I didn't do anything, like how me and you been talking the whole time,
yes,
just
sir.
like how me and you was talking the whole time, if I didn't do anything, I have nothing that I'm worried about, you know what I'm saying?
Even though Officer Chapman insisted that he had done nothing wrong and volunteered to be searched, Moon was still convinced that the officer had stolen his money, and what happened next was a total shocker.
Well, I would have felt comfortable if your colleagues would have searched you at the exact time where I knew where the money was. Because I seen you kept going in between your legs, and then every time everybody put all of the attention on me, you kept moving. I don't know if it's in your door, I don't know where it's at, but just like, look, I don't even care to find the money, but how you know for a fact.
Look. Right. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm telling you.
I want you to come here. You know that.
Okay. Do you see anything?
No, yeah, look, no cap. I'm not even gonna touch it. It's blue hundreds right here. It's all the blue hundreds are right there behind that receipt. Thank you. All that's my money. He didn't have that.
This is your money?
Yes, I heard him crumble it up. Thank you. All
that ain't my money.
Right? That's my money. That's my money right here.
Sir, you've been watching me that whole time.
I seen you take it. I seen you crumble it.
Sir,
Just
that
count
is
it.
not me.
If I'm right, it's gonna be around $1,000. If I'm right, and like I told you, I just went to Wendy's. I seen you steal.
No, sir.
If you don't mind, I just want to sit down so y'all don't try to. I don't want to do nothing. All I know for a fact is I know what I know and I've seen it. I just wanted you guys to trust me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was acting a little irate, but I'm perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to expose you.
That is not me, bud.
Brother, I just seen you steal my money. It was no reason to pop my rubber band, brother. It was no reason for you to pop my rubber band off my money.
I didn't pop your rubber band off your money.
I heard it. Me and you just spoke about it. You heard him agree to it when I first got. I said, I heard you did rubber band. You said, oh, I had to do something. It's okay. It's okay. I know. I just witnessed here today. Mr. Chapman went in my money. He separated my money. He was trying to steal it, and I caught him. He put it in between his legs, and as his colleagues approached me, he worked it towards the door. He tried to make it seem like I was lying. I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm in full custody of these officers. I'm being detained. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want any problems. I'm not armed. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just pulled over for a traffic stop. He just tried to steal some of my money.
Okay, we're hearing you, but there's no need to say all of
No,
that.
I was just looking at the camera. No, I just know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cause.
My camera's not getting
Yes,
very
ma'am.
high. Alright,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
let's take it down a notch.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I'm
We're
so
good
sorry.
here.
Yes, ma'am. So what are we gonna do about this problem? Because he just tried to steal someone.
No, sir, I did
not
not.
trying to put any allegations on him. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not using my words like to try to hurt anybody. I just know what I know.
After finding the alleged stolen money, Moon gave further testimony to prove that Officer Chapman had indeed stolen his money. And the things he said were pretty incriminating for the officer.
He told Officer Casperon, whatever.
Casperson.
Yeah, Casperson, that she could take me. And then he told Lack to, as soon as he pulled up, first he called you outside to get like confirmation of what was he supposed to do with a federal warrant person. So you was already coming out. Make a long story short, as Lack started bringing out the envelope for the inventory, for my stuff, like my property, I heard the rubber band being tangled with. That's when I asked the question out loud. I said, why would you take a rubber band off the money? And I can't quite remember the answer he gave me, but he confirmed to me that he took the rubber band off the money. And like, it's my property. I'm a man, so I'm gonna watch my belongings the whole time, you feel what I'm saying? And like I had stated, when Lack pulled me over, I was eating Wendy's. And that money was bill money. Like, it's on y'all cameras that when my girlfriend pulled up, she asked me for the bill money. So he told her, like, keep the money in my possession, which was, you know what I'm saying, which was cool, which was in you guys, well, which was in his possession at this point. So as I was being transferred into the car, I heard the rubber band pop. That's when I asked the question, like, oh, like, what you doing? Like, what were you doing with the money? And he was like, basically, like he confirmed that he was doing something, but he just didn't say what, or I don't know if I missed it, but I know we was, like, it was five of us right there.
You don't recall what he said.
I don't recall, but like I'm saying, it was five of us right there. So I know one of the cameras probably picked up on it, or his should have.
Okay.
Which I know his probably was off because he was stealing my money. But he kept like trying to make it seem as if my eyes were playing tricks on me. And I heard the rubber band pop, and the whole while long, on like what you guys would see on your cameras, I was talking to you guys, really at you guys, because I was watching him. And the whole while long, I kept seeing him move his legs. And as soon as I said it and put it out there, he tried to put the money in between his legs and hand her over the stack. When I seen the size of the stack, and Officer Casperon asked me how much money was it, I didn't want to tell you guys the exact number because I wasn't sure what he had took from the stack. All I was sure of was that the way that I placed the rubber band on the money wasn't the same. It wasn't.
After getting a full statement from Moon, it was time to deal with Chapman. And this was when he began to regret his dishonest actions. But it was already too late. He had brought shame to law enforcement and was going to pay the full price for it.
So like, this is what's going to happen, all right? We have people coming in. Obviously, they have to talk to you, all right? So, I'm going to have to hold on to your weapon right quick, okay?
Yep. Go ahead. Just take the whole holster off. It's one of them.
QRS. I got it. Sergeant Burke and one of the detectives going to come and speak to you, all right? So just chill out, relax. Do you need anything?
No, I just want to apologize to everyone. I say, man, one of these things, dude, and I'm sorry.
Hi, brother. Anything to drink or anything now?
No. Just want to say I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna walk out of here and close the door, okay, until they get there, buddy.
All right. Let me know if you need anything, all right?
I'm good, Sarge. I appreciate it.
In the end, Chapman admitted to stealing the money. He resigned the day after being charged with embezzlement. Here's the wild case of Officer Justin Augustine, who got arrested by his own colleagues after allegedly driving drunk and wrecking his police cruiser. On the 27th of October 2018, officers responded to a call from their colleague who had crashed his own car. They quickly arrived at the scene to meet Officer Justin Augustine. Suspecting that something wasn't quite right with him, they brought him to the police station. It was here that everything would escalate completely.
Yeah, Augie, come here. Let's go out here in the garage. We got to put your weapons away. Come out here, we'll talk. You'll be all right. We're going to go down and do a drug and alcohol test down at the hospital, you and I. And you don't need all your gear, so take your... are you all right, Augie?
Yeah.
You seem... your focus seems divided on me. What's going on? You just nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you under the influence of anything, Augie? No? Good. I hope not. I do.
Initially, Augustine claims to not be under the influence. However, that would quickly change when he began to realize the magnitude of the situation he was in.
Where's your vest at? You don't have it on you? Okay. All right. What else do you got on you? You got pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
I'm done.
What do you mean you're done? You're going to go with me to take the test, Augie? You're refusing it? You don't want to do that.
I'm done.
Okay, so what does that mean? All right? Are you under the influence of something, Augie? What's wrong with you right now? I don't understand that.
I'm done.
Okay. Are you going with me?
No.
So what are you going to do?
Go home.
Can you call somebody to come get you?
I don't need to.
Well, I'm not going to let you drive.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What?
I'm not going to let you drive. Can you call your wife? Seriously, Augie, can you call your wife?
I can drive by.
Okay. All right, let's go out here. All right. Don't play this game with me, bud. I'm trying to help you out here.
He ain't doing shit.
Well, I can't do stuff. I'm just doing what I got to do, Augie. It's my job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Augie. Don't do this, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. All right. I'm just doing my job. I'm just asking you to relax. Okay?
I'm done.
Okay, and I understand that. I understand what you're saying. All right? I just don't want you to do it like this. All right? I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm not trying to be difficult. You gotta understand, it's my job, dude. All right? So don't treat me like that. If you want to be done, I understand that.
Moments after telling the officer he wants to go home, Augustine's mood did a total 180, making the situation even more tense.
Augie, are you okay to drive, brother?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
All right, well, get going then. Do what you got to do, all right? Augie, you need to get it. You need to relax. No, huh? What'd you say? Who is? You just wrecked a cruiser. It's not the end of the world. I know, it's not the end of the world. We can do this, Augie. If you just go down and take the test like we're asking you, if you do that, then we can at least get that cleared to where you can come back to work.
Officer Byron tried his best to convince Augustine to act reasonably. However, it seemed like he had already made up his mind.
Seriously, Augie, I'm trying to help you, bud. Huh? What'd you say? I don't want to... What'd you say?
No.
What do you mean you up? Alcohol? Pills? What are you talking about? Huh? Okay. All right. All right, Augie. I get that, bud. So I can't let you drive home, all right?
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You said you're up. How are you going to drive home?
I'm not up. I'm up.
What? Help me understand, Justin.
What the
You talking about just in the head?
cube?
Huh? We don't need to do this, Augie.
What?
Come on. We don't.
What?
Why are you doing this like? Why are you doing me like that? Huh? What have I done to you for you to do that? Do me like that, man? Seriously. I am honest to God being serious with you. What have I done to you for you to treat me like that? Huh?
What the?
I don't know. I didn't wreck the cruiser in there and then have to ask you to come to take the test.
Realizing that the officer had him dead to rights, Augustine decided to admit being drunk. Or did he?
I've been drunk.
Huh?
I'm drunk.
You're drunk right now?
No, I've been drunk.
Been drunk when? Today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't think you are now?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't let you drive the car home unless...
What are you gonna do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Is that you're going to do this? You're about to get yourself arrested, bud.
For what?
What do you mean, what am I going to do? I can't let you drive. So you try to get in that car, I got to stop you. And then you're going to start fighting with me. What is that going to do? Huh? Seriously, Augie, why are you doing this to me? I didn't do anything to you. Okay? I didn't do anything to you. Well, let's go back in here so we can figure this out, Augie. Please. You know I got to call Jason, right? Are you going to cooperate? But just cooperate with me.
You're fucking me.
Augie, I know they are, and I understand that. Can you call your wife and have her come get you, bud?
Officer Byron was finally able to convince Augustine to cooperate. During his short interrogation, it was clear to see how wasted Augustine really was. He was having a hard time sitting upright, even almost falling off the seat from time to time. In the end, he was charged with handling a weapon under the influence and operating a vehicle while under the influence.